I am going to turn my camera over. So let me do that. Okay, so we're using the Simply Said. And then I am using, if you have a cut and emboss machine, I think this is a mandatory set of dies. This is the Stylish Shapes. And I love these dies. I love that it has the little stitching around the end. And I love that it has circles, squares, and banners. So I don't think you can go wrong with this die set. I am using Pretty in Pink paper. And then I am using Strawberry Slush paper. Look how pretty those colors go together. Isn't that pretty? And then the star of the card today is the Florals in Bloom paper. This is the back side of this one. You could see there's a whole bunch of different colors. This is Cloud Cover, Peach Pie, and Secret Sea. And on this side, it's Timid Tiger and Daffodil Delight. But today I'm using this side, which has the Strawberry Slush and the Daffodil Delight and the Pretty in Pink. Now, if you put in hashtag coffee8, you guys will see that you'll get the complete instructions. But I want to kind of give you a tip on how I cut this piece. These are, I believe, 2 3/4 by 1.5 wide. I think that's right. And they're all out of order now, but I want to show you, see if I could figure out. I knew I'd get them out of order. Give me a sec. It's like a puzzle. I think it goes like this or like, it goes like that. Okay. So what I did was I cut a 2 3/4 high by 4.5 wide. And then I took that strip, and this is in the instructions. I took the strip and I just cut them into 1.5 wide strips so that when they're layered down, you could see how these all kind of go together, right? So you could number the back. It's honestly what I should have done. But let me just do, okay, bottom, middle, top, put that over here. Let's start assembling this card. This is this gorgeous Pretty in Pink. And I am going to glue the inside of the card in first. Very simple. So let's put that inside the card. It's just a 4 by 5 1/4 piece. Most of us do that, so you guys probably already knew that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer on this 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Florals in Bloom designer paper. So far, easy peasy, right? And this really is a very, very simple card, but I felt like it had a big impact, which is why I did it today. It's one of those cards that it looks more difficult than it actually is. And I loved, whoop, that just moved on me. Hold on. I love this piece of designer paper because it almost has like a corally pink color, but it goes well with the Pretty in Pink, and it goes well with the Strawberry Slush. Okay, sorry. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually move the base card out of the way. And remember, I did this is the top, this is the middle, this is the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the middle one out just because my brain works better that way. And if your paper is directional, if it's not directional, this is super easy. But if your paper is directional, meaning it has an up and down or left to right, then make sure that when you're putting it down, you know, it's in the right direction. Ask me how I know. And then I'm just going to glue this one on the right side. And then I can put the middle one right in the middle. Now, I'm not going to press this side down very much because I want to make sure that I've got the top and bottom aligned. So I want to be able to move it around if I have to. That's why I like using liquid glue. You guys know, straight line impaired Barb. Okay, so let me line this one up. Okay. Yeah, and then this one needs, oh dear. My sister just got home from taking one of our dogs to the vet. She has 2 dogs. And the other one that was here just started barking. So it could get very noisy here in a minute. So thank you in advance for putting up with a lot of dog barking. All right, there we go. I think that's pretty good. What do you guys think? And then I am just going to glue this down. I know you guys are looking forward to more complicated cards, and I will have them. It's just not my style. So I have to really get ahead so I can do some more difficult cards. But hopefully these are enough to keep you interested. As she says, hopefully. Okay, so isn't that pretty? Very, very simple, but I think it has a huge impact. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take the sentiment, the thanks sentiment, and I pre-cut this out from the Stylish Shape dies. And I'm just going to kind of bounce this around the ink pad. And then I'm going to stamp that right in the center. There we go. This stamp set has something for everyone. And that was, by the way, in Strawberry Slush ink, if I didn't say that. And then what I'm going to do is something kind of weird. I'm going to take this I think it's a 1/2 inch strip. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right in the center. And then I'm going to layer this on. I'm using this instead of ribbon. Not because I don't have ribbon. I do. I have Strawberry Slush ribbon, but I wanted to show you how you could do this with cardstock if you don't have the right color ribbon that you want to use. And then I'm just going to use mini dimensionals because the mini dimensionals will just help me hold down that, I guess I don't need those dimensionals right in your face, will help me hold down that cardstock. And I like that because it makes me feel a little bit more secure that they're going to stay on there. You know what I mean? Okay. And then I'm just going to remove these. It's more difficult for me to remove the little ones. So thank goodness for my take your pick tool. Boy, I would be in trouble. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that right here. Don't you love these colors? I think what makes this card is the colors in the paper. Let's try to get that straight. I have to kind of hold it up to see it. So thanks for your patience, guys. Okay, now I'm going to press that in. And then the end of the card is using these gorgeous Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are so pretty. I'm going to do something different today with my gems. I could put them on my sentiment, but I think that's going to make it kind of closed in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a large Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put a little teeny one right there. That's not really a triangle, so I didn't follow my own rules, but I felt, because I really like doing it in a triangle, I think it really pulls your eye in, but I felt like, you guys could let me know what you think, I felt like if I had put the gems around here, it would have crowded it and made it look a little crowded. What do you think? I'd be curious to know what you think. Okay, so let me switch my camera over so that I can see your comments. Have a great creative week. I can't wait. If you designed something this week, please pop it in our group. I would love to see what you're stamping these days. And I'll be back next week with another, actually, I'll be back Sunday with a Step It Up Stamping. And then I'll be back next Tuesday for another Coffee and a Card with Barb. Have a great day, my friends. Talk to you later. Bye.